Hello everybody, and welcome back to another brand new episode here on Farm Manager World. Right, we have had quite a bit of response since the last episode, which is fantastic. But one of the things that was said to me was to sell everything above 0. So if we click that and then go that, that should then sell cake. We will then, we possibly don't need manure anymore. I think once we get the other two cow barns working, we might not need that anymore. Right, so what else do we sell? We sell jam, don't we? Whoops. Right, auto trade. Right, there we go. And then jam. Is it strawberry? Yep. So again, if we do that above sell above 0, which is pretty cool. Right, the other thing I want to do, I know I haven't done everything there, but that's fine for now. Someone told me that we could actually build freezers into our warehouses, which is pretty cool, and that will stop our produce and food going off, which is pretty cool. So we will do that. So yeah, hope you're all doing well, all having a good day. My day's not going too bad, although it is fairly early in the morning when I'm recording this, so the day hasn't really had too much time to go wrong yet. Yeah, we're doing alright. Right, so the tractors are getting on with the drilling. We've got some grass there that needs harvesting, so they'll get on with that. We've pretty much got my... Ooh. Okay, we need another barn. Well, it's not something that I wanted to put in, but actually they're houses. Will you? Nope. I thought that was going to be a little bit wishful thinking there. Right. Darn it. What we might be able to do is sell some hay. That might clear it. Right, we've got quite a bit of stuff here, so if we just go through, get everything sold. Oh, actually, what's that? That's barley. No, I don't want to sell barley. Someone said that fodder beet go off really quickly as well, so we'll maybe look to swap out some food for something else. We could maybe do chaff and get a forager. Again, they don't need to be huge fields. I think what we'll do is we'll literally, or no, I think actually soybeans is another food that we're using for animals. Right, we'll sell that. As I say, we will get the we will get the auto selling up and running properly. So we've got 2 combines, which is good. We've got a baler. We've got a tractor there not doing anything. Oh, okay, fair enough. It's just gone out as I speak. We've got these warehouses here, so these will need to be put the freezer or the chiller part into the warehouse themselves. Got grass there waiting to be harvested, strawberries there waiting to be Yeah, I think what we're going to need to do is I think well, first off, we're going to, because we've not got nothing going on to that field, so the first thing we need to do is really get a barn. Logistics, yep. Alright. Oh, actually, maybe we don't. So we'll just leave that be. We've got a little bit of disease in there, so I'm thinking that we may need some more greenhouse workers. Although, having said that, that would be tractor related, that one, wouldn't it? Because it's a field. But the tractor's now there. The workers have just turned up. So that's not too bad. We've got grass there waiting to be done. Oh, does that also now need more barn more barn storage? Yes, it does. So we will put a barn in along here. We might get another one in, or we might not. Hopefully that will be enough. I want to keep this bit here free for parking spaces, because I think one of the things that as well we're going to need to do is to increase the number of tractors there, because our little farm is very busy now, which is obviously very good, but we will need to increase our tractor fleet, because what I want to do is at some point now then I was having a little look around earlier. I think it was out here actually. Yeah, it was out here by the looks of things. There's quite a few tiles, like areas of land to buy that, oh, that's the end of the map, that are sort of relatively bump free, and I thought that the next thing that we could do is, I mean, out here would probably be perfect for it, and out here I thought we could get a little bit of a we've got a hill here. It's really odd that the game doesn't allow you to like landscape them, sort of charge quite excessively for doing it, because naturally that's what would happen, and then it just sort of says, oh, well, you get stone out of there, so then you could have a production facility that you're able to turn stone into I don't know, cement or whatever, and then crack on with sort of doing that, so that you can actually use all of the land, because it just seems and someone else actually in the comment section made what I thought was a relatively good suggestion as well, is why we can't ring fence it and let our animals graze it, which I also think is a pretty good, because we've built round here as much as we sort of can, but now we've got all this land that we can't do nothing with, and as someone who really enjoys farming, that's very frustrating. We need Terrafarm to swap over from Farming Simulator into Farm Manager World, so that we can actually do something with the thing. Right, so what we need to do is we need to do this now. So let's have a look. So waste, that's stuff going off apparently. Well, we can make compost out of that, and we can also sell it, so we'll get it sold. So right, pasta is something that we do. So auto trade, search. Oh no, you do this, don't you? So right, I'm learning. Right, pasta. So that's something that we produce. So again, we can have that on sell 0, sell above 0. Right. What else? Cheese. So So I can't remember everything that we're doing now. I think we're doing butter as well, aren't we? But we're definitely doing that cheese because I've just seen the picture. Right, so sell above 0. Yep, which is what we're looking for. Butter. Right, so we go to auto trade again. I'm assuming I might not get all of these onto auto trade. Alright, so, and because the other thing that's going to do is it's just going to keep trickling our money in, which is you know, sort of really good. Eggs we're using, it's apple juice, that's a, yeah, apple juice. And as well, I still can't find anything that we can do with pears. So again, as sort of last time, any sort of suggestions in the comments of what I can do with pears would be fantastic, because I at the moment I haven't been able to find anything. Right, so apple juice is now gone. The other thing as well is selling it off as it sort of kind of goes into warehouse means that our warehouses will be a little bit more freer because it doesn't rely on me remembering to go off and sell. But also as well, the prices won't crash quite so dramatically because we're selling huge quantities of it. Because our farm is sort of, you know, financially doing very, very, very well. But I just, you know, I kind of feel we're not really efficient enough. Right, the other thing that I wanted to do was to take fodder beet off, and we will switch that to corn. And we will do the same here because someone said that fodder beet goes off really quickly. And we'll take fodder beet out of the rotation now. Do these use fodder beet as well? Yeah, they do. So we'll switch that over to soybeans because we do actually grow soybeans, so we can do that. Have we got no animals in there? No. So right, we can. At the moment, that seems to be producing more than enough eggs for us to manage. The fields are going well there, and then I'm soon going to have to start writing down lists of jobs because I've totally forgotten where I was. Right, pears. Let's have a look in productions. Here we go. Right, so we've got the refinery, which is going to make fuel, so that's obvious. Oh, it does actually tell you at the bottom. It tells you at the bottom. There you go, James. Right. I missed that one, so you have to do that again. See, it's Geneva jam, it's not pear jam. Right, we can do carrot juice on there and tomato juice, so we can grow tomatoes and carrots. That'll be pretty cool. This is the frozen food factory. Okay. This one's the oil factory for sunflower. I can definitely see. I think soybeans is there, so we could maybe do them. This is the fruit. Bleh. Try again. This is the food processing plant. Alright, so I've actually seen nothing for pears. Well, it seems a bit of a waste of time growing pears then, so I'm wondering if... Right. Let's just have a little look at this. So it needs, ideally then, that needs to go into a greenhouse because that really isn't going to survive our harsh winters. Okay, fair enough. So apples we're doing. We've also got these as well now, which have got no crop in. This one has. Right, so we've got them one. So fair enough. Pineapple, well, we can do pineapple juice. I'm fairly certain I've seen that before. Right, so we can choose, and hopefully that will say pineapple. Yep, and we can select pineapples from there. Alright, obviously at the moment we haven't got any pineapples, I understand that, but that will start to, we've also got pomegranate, and I'm pretty certain we could do pomegranate juice as well. I'm having very difficulty speaking today. Right. Are we getting somewhere near? Right, this is clearly needs more warehouse space as well. Yes. So, let's see if we... No, that isn't going to go there, is it? I was going to say, can we put it on the end there? You know, if I was to start all of this again, I would design this quite a bit different. Like I said right at the beginning when we started, I mean, this was only meant to be a couple of episodes, but I'm having so much fun. Why is my jam not selling? My jam is selling. I'll tell you another thing that we actually sell. Bread. I think we do cornbread. And we also do wheat bread. Right, so that's another thing that we can do. Just switch that on, James. That's a good boy. Alright, there we go. So that's another thing that we can start to get rid of. Right. I think we need to... So these are going quite well. I'm thinking buy this square, go this way, bring the road up and then across and then across. Oh, we won't be able to go that way because of the hill. But bring the road up and go across this way along the back here, and then we will put in see, I wouldn't mind doing it out of the way, to be fair, and building its own thing. So right, I think we might do it here. It's ambitious, but we have got the money for it. Oh, I've got to buy the land first. I was getting carried away. You're all screaming at your TV screens going, buy the land! Right, let's try and buy some land, shall we? Right, so I think if we... Oh, it's not just a case of clicking. Right, if we buy the land, we'll do that just for now. Right, that's the end of the map. Right, that's good. We will buy the next two bits up as well, or the next bit at least up as well, and then the same down here. But now this is the bit that I have trouble with. I'm not very good at designing, so actually we will go off and buy those two bits now, and then I can start to maybe look. What my plan is buy more land. Right, so we'll buy that one, and that one, that one, and that one. And the other thing as well that I'm learning is that not to make the fields too big. It's better. I think it's probably better to have a lot of small fields rather than a few big fields, because then you need sort of double the amount of sort of produce. Right. The other thing that we will do as well is we will get. Actually, no. Let's sort this out first. Let's do one thing at a time, James. So we will get this sorted out right. We will buy that land as well. Alright. Now what we need to do, or what we will do, is if the field's there and then we put the factories in here. Sorry, my brain's kind of going, too much information, overload. It's kind of, there's alarms sounding. Right, we just need to crack on with it really. So my plan is, as I said, we're going to have like a veg kind of sort of mini empire going on, because there are productions that we will be able to utilize, like oil mills and stuff like that. We've got the biorefinery, so it means we could make our own diesel, because I'm pretty certain we've got a gas station. Now, the other thing as well that I would quite like to see on these pages, where you get like kind of like, this is the production, this is what it does. If I can just find it, it would be quite nice to sort of, if underneath it sort of said produces bio and then requires, and then it gave you like the crop that it requires, which is corn, is pretty much, I think, is what's, corn or manure, so that's fine. But then next to that it says you'll need these warehouses, or you'll need these silos, or you'll need this, and this, because that would really help. So what we'll do is we will build on from this. So if we get our roads, and see, I wouldn't mind having it kind of separate in a way, but if we just take the road out to there, oops, and then to there, and then put our fields in. So if we go do 11 by 11 field, what does that look like? That's probably going to be more than enough, actually. Alright, so we've got road access from here, so that's no problem. Now if we were to build more fields out here, obviously we're going to need a road access round. So what we'll do is we will then separate each... No, that's a field. Right. Oh, do you know, if I'd have done it one more block. Never mind, then we'll do a road up here. Yeah. And then along here. Right. Because then we can do some more fields here, and then that will do. So what we'll do is, if we've got the fields in there, we've got road connection going there and along here if we want. What I want to do is try and ship the field produce back over here, and then use this as start to sort of kind of build an industrial estate. So we've got plenty of logistics here, which is pretty cool. which is helping us move it around. Now we will put more in because obviously we're going to be producing a lot more crop, or a lot more produce, so we're going to need to then put in quite a few more, because we've got more stuff to move around. But we've got these 3 fields in here now, so up here, if we now then put in the refinery, because I'm fairly certain that's going to need a silo of some sort. I don't think we're going to be able to get away with it. But if you put the refinery in, we don't need a bakery because we've got one down there. Textile, right, so I'm assuming that is sheep and stuff, is it? Yeah, that must be sheep. Sheep and things like that, so that's fine. Okay. We also have a slaughterhouse on here as well, which I didn't realise. Right, we can also make pomegranate juice as well as apple juice. Cherry juice. Right, okay. Okay. So would it be possible then to keep expanding our greenhouses but have the factory over here? Do the factories need to be... No, they don't. Okay. Because we can't grow out there, but from here we could grow more factories in here and have more juice in, so that we could actually do stuff with, I mean, these pears, I mean, I don't really see the point of them, because at the moment I haven't been able to find anything that I can do with them. Now I may be wrong. See, that makes frozen foods. Right, we want an oil factory. So an oil factory is something that I want as well. So the other thing we're going to need down here, or maybe, well, maybe not, is, right, we'll put the oil factory in. I'm a little bit concerned of why there's that much jam up there. I think everything is being sold as it should be. The warehouse thing is the only thing I'm struggling to kind of get my head around. I think in the beginning I should have put I should have filled these up with 5 workers and then started to build out. I don't know whether that is what is causing the massive sort of kind of backlog hold up. I mean, I'm not too worried about getting these fields done as yet, because I'll probably have the field sort of go like up here, and then I'm going to bring a road down here like that. See, again, my kind of sort of thought is, now that I've separated that off, is we have garages along here. That's not garages, James, that's machinery. Garages along there with the tractors and the machinery required to do this. down here. Where are we? Crikey, you don't realise how much land we bought. Right, down here, we've obviously got this. I mean, this area seems to be working. I'm going to just take that off because it seems to be working relatively well. It's just these pears. I just don't think. Right, auto sell. We'll get them gone. As I say, we'll get them gone. And then we might have to look to do something else here. Might have to wait until they're harvested, which is fair. Strawberries on both sides now being harvested, so we're going to have a massive influx of strawberries, which is really good. I think we could probably take our greenhouses off strawberries now. I think these two fields throughout the year provide us with more than enough strawberries. And what we could actually do is bring a road up here and then across again, and then build some more factories. Now we could even build more of these factories because it would help to keep up the demand of our strawberries, but also as well we've got pomegranates that we're starting to produce now, and we can build our greenhouses. We can row them because we're going to have these houses go along here. We'll be able to take on more than enough people, I think, to cope with these greenhouses. But like I say, these two fields, I think, are going to be producing more than enough strawberries for us to be able to cope. Right? Yes. What can we grow in this field that will survive our winters? So apples we know survive, so we could grow apricots. Now the apricots we could. What about bananas? I don't think they're going to be too hot, aren't they? Yeah. So apricots we could grow in there, and we can make apricot. We can grow apricots and make apricot juice. I'm pretty certain, right? So if we just check that on here. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, there we go. Right, we can't actually grow apricot. We can't make apricot juice. Right. So we know that 10 to 30 is fine. Black currants. We could make black currant juice. Cherries. I mean, we can grow cherry juice. Yeah, I think we're going to go for cherries. We'll grow a field of cherries. But, and I realise I'm chopping and changing my mind here. We've got pears on auto trade, haven't we? Yes. We'll keep our field of pears and we'll have a field of cherries. But we're not going to need as many as that. And we can also then increase our warehouses that will be able to cope with that. We'll be able to build out here, so we might be able to put a few more fields in. That probably needs no small warehouse. Right. Hopefully when that gets built, that should then improve. I think you have to, yeah, you do. You have to give it a chance just to realise. Right, so we've got that sorted. So I think we can take these off now. And then we can take more houses on. That needs fixing. Right. See, because again, that is being harvested. That isn't going to be all that. It says 2 days left. So I think we'd be safe to do that. So as I say, what we'll do is we'll extend the road up and then round the back here, and then get in another. Could you back them on? I guess. Now it's going to be a case of hunt the bloody production facility. Here we go. Right, so could we back them on? Is that going to be in line? I don't want one sticking out over the other one, you see. Right. Excellent. And then we can bring the road up then either side. Excellent. This road here, we might not be able to move this road because of the thing. So we can bring it up. Okay, well at least we could extend the road here. So we can take the road. Hopefully that should reach that. Is that going to count? No. You absolute... I was going to say something highly inappropriate then. Right. Yeah, these trees are making it rather awkward. Right, so rather awfully, I say Captain Blackadder is rather awful. But we can, Captain Blackadder, I got the wrong one there, I was meant to say Mr. Mannering. Never mind, anyway, right, we can then put in another greenhouse. Actually, before I do that, James, make sure you can put the road in first, son. Excellent. Right, so that's put in another another warehouse. So we'll just wait the 2 seconds so that we can then upgrade that. We're not going to be able really to take the road too much more out, but we can go across there with the road, so that's fine. We will get back to that area in a minute. I promise. Right, we'll put that on because that's going to help. We'll put that on because that's going to help. Now, what resources do they have? They have that, so we will go for jam, which is not that one. It is that one. What else do they have? Jam and strawberries. Makes sense, James? Alright, strawberries. Okie that one. Right, and then we click on that, change that to 5,000. Excellent. Right, so that's going to take jam and strawberries. They could also do with taking apple juice as well. Yeah. Because we're obviously producing quite a bit of apple juice, aren't we? So it makes sense to have that part of these warehouses as well. See, that one I've done apples. You know, looking at all of the little errors and mistakes that I've done, which is fair enough, because like I say, until I sort of recorded the, I mean, it was kind of like I found this game, and actually it's sort of relatively quite cool. You know, come and have a look. You might want to buy it for yourselves, because I know that, you know, sort of most people that watch my channel are obviously into farming, because it's a farming channel, and and it's kind of like, I don't know, it just took off, and like people started commenting and saying like, you know, are you doing really well, or you know, this, that, and everything else, and I was like, well, actually, I really do enjoy it, and so we've kind of kept it sort of going. Right, so we're doing very nicely. I will change those greenhouses as well. So we've got these, they actually need workers, don't they? I didn't finish down here. That's the trouble. I get too distracted with other stuff. Right. So that one. Right. Well, we're waiting for pineapples. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Take on. Think. Oh, for goodness sake. My bloody mouse. That's the reason for that one. Right. Here we go. Down here, and then we need productions. We'll get these filled up, so we need 4. 1, 2, 3, 1. And of course there isn't any production staff. Never mind, right. So this one needs 3. So 1. So that was 2. That was 3. I need 1 more. Excellent. Right, that's got our workers in there, and then we need to do the same here. One, 2, 3. 1 more. Excellent. Right, that's got our workers in there, so hopefully that'll be doing. See, they're being harvested again. So we will now. Did we change this over to chat? Oh no, we was going to do another field, weren't we? And then bring it over. We had the warehouses there, so we could. So if I've got it correct, right, if we put some more warehouses in here for our cherry field, which possibly isn't going to be as big as this, because I just don't think it needs to be that big. I think that's the other mistake that I made. Now I could demolish all that and then do it again, and we could just have smaller fields of fruit in here, which, I mean, let me know in the comment. I won't put the other field in, because I was going to buy some more land and then put the other field. I won't put the other field in. Let me know in the comments. Do you think I'll be better off deleting these fields, start again, and make sort of 11 by 11 fields like we've done over there? And then, as I say, we've got our sort of fruit there, which will obviously then be shipped into there. We've got our greenhouses that are growing our pomegranates and our. That's the point. I need to change that over as well. So we need to do. We could make blackcurrant jam. There we go. That's another thing that we could do. Gooseberry, dried apricots, I'm assuming, yeah. Pineapple juice. I think we're doing that, so we need pomegranate juice. So we need that one, which is cool, because I'm pretty certain, yeah, that's doing pineapple. That's doing apple. That one can have a second one then, because we're going to obviously be doing cherries. So we'll select the cherries. Obviously we'll need cherries to come in, and that's going to be a warning that we're going to have for a while. But yeah, so do you think it is probably more going to be more efficient? Right. Why are you struggling again? Fix. Where have I put those silos? Oh, just there. Look. It might be that we might not be able to get this one in because of that. I think the road is as far as the road can go. Can't get a road in down there. My plan was to put another field in there, and I can't get a road along here. What do they have in them? What field is that? Oats. If I put that and then select resource, that's wheat. That's oat, isn't it? No, that's millet. That's oat. And then put oat there, and then put 5,000. Does that help you out any? Or is it just literally there is not enough space? See, the other thing as well is we've got obviously a grass field here, and then a bit bigger grass field here. Maybe we don't need 2 grass fields. Yeah, I think, as I say, if And I'm not going to start again, so don't nobody panic. But if I was to start again, you see, obviously this time around, because I'd never played the game and I was kind of learning and I was kind of like doing, sort of just, oh, this is great, you can have this, you can have that. I wasn't really sort of thinking series, and I wasn't thinking sort of long term. I was just kind of like, oh, you could do this, you could do this. And like I say, it really took off, which I'm really, really grateful for. I'm really thankful for, because it's obviously being a small channel, it's nice when sort of when stuff does take off, and sort of does do very well, because obviously it helps the channel out a little bit. And this series has brought in sort of way more subscribers in the first 4 or 5 episodes than what most of my farming simulator videos have been doing recently. For whatever reason, they've just dropped off, but like I say, that is what it is. Right. Winter is here, so we've done again about we've done nearly a whole year. So when I skip winter, which I can't do at the moment because there's lots of field work still to do, so at the moment I can't skip winter, but that might actually help if those silos were broken. No, it hasn't. I mean, the only other thing that we can do, yeah, I don't really want to sell it though, because obviously that's what we're feeding our animals with, but yeah, as I say, just because of me going sort of, oh, we'll do this, oh, this will be cool, this will be fun, and then it's all catching me out, so it's going to take quite a bit of sorting actually. Like I say, we've got a nice big grass field here. I don't think we need this one. I think we've got more than enough grass coming in. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I think I am going to leave this episode here. I apologise, it's been a little bit bitty today, and a little bit kind of a lot of nothing. But it's kind of sort of frazzled my brain a little bit as to, right, we need to start sorting this mess out. And it's kind of, my brain's kind of sort of going, yeah, good luck with that one, because I don't have a clue. But we need to sort this out, because obviously, I mean, the hill has caught us out a little bit. Oh, actually, well, again, I didn't really want to put silos and stuff down here. Yeah, I didn't really want to put silos and stuff in here. I wanted to try and keep that, but I might have no choice, because I don't think I can extend that road. That one, well, I can. Which is irrelevant anyway, because I still can't get a silo in. Because I don't think a silo is going to fit in there. Oh, it does. Oh, hello. We're back in business. Right. Let's get some silos built. There we go. Well, that worked out, didn't it, in the end? So that, hopefully now they should all update. Actually, that one's going to need another warehouse, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we're going to combine our oats in the middle of December or January. I think they would have rotted off by now. I tell you what, by the time we get all of our field work done, we're going to be into the new year anyway. But yeah, we need another barn. Anyway, I was, as I say, going to leave this episode for here. We might put another barn up there, or another few barns up there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. As I say, it has been a little bit bitty, and we have got quite a lot of work to try and resort all of this out. And whether it will be a case of me demolishing a heck of a lot of stuff and just sort of kind of, this is the land now, the area that we've got to work with, and this is how we're going to redesign everything. Because like I say, originally this wasn't going to be a series, but everybody's enjoying it. I'm having real great fun playing it, even if sometimes it does frustrate me because I can't sometimes figure things out as quickly as what perhaps sort of other people can. But all in all, as I say, I really do enjoy this game. It's it's a really good game. And it's on the Steam store as well if you want to check it out for yourself. But like I say, I'm going to leave it here. So thanks ever so much for watching. Thank you ever so much for your patience. And if you've managed to get to the end of this episode, really, really appreciate it. And did I just see my potato harvester going out of the shed there? Or did it just come back into the shed? Possibly came back into the shed. But yeah, so we've got all of these, and as I say, we need more barns. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put more barns along here, fill that up with barns as well, because they do actually have reaches on them, which is a bit of a shame. Or ranges, sorry, not reaches. But yeah, anyway, and say, because the trouble is I'm going to just get started again, and we're going to go again. So as I say, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and next time when we come back, hopefully with a few comments and suggestions in the comment section, that we'll be able to really start to sort of get this farm sorted out. And thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.